Oh, okay. Mr. Silhavi, just so you know how the course of this proceeding will go, I will introduce the case, we'll go on the record. I'll then ask the planning department to provide their case, then you'll have an opportunity to speak. You can ask questions. We'll then come to a resolution, all right?
All right, sounds good.
All right, so we are now on the record in case, Administrative Hearing Board case of V25-103 for the property located at 4019 Genevieve in the city of Stow. We are represented here from members of the planning department, Zach Cowan, the director of planning, and then for the property owner, we have Mr. Eric Silhavi, 419 Genevieve Boulevard. The allegation is violation of 521-10A, storage of junk. Mr. Cowan, please take it away for the planning department.
Yeah, so around June 25th, we received a complaint about storage of materials on the side of the garage. We inspected on, I think it was June 25th. Sent a notice out for the compliance date of July 7th for the storage of junk in violation of 521.10. These are the violation notice and the pictures from that date, which show miscellaneous materials and building materials on the side of the garage.
I'll let you take a look at this, Mr. Silhavi, after I take a look. But
yeah, code just requires that have to be stored in a fully enclosed structure.
Okay. Okay, and all these photos are from the June 25th
Yes.
inspection?
Yep.
Okay. You plan on entering this as Exhibit A?
Yep.
All right, Mr. Silhavi, I'll let you take a look at this so you can see it before I enter into evidence Exhibit A. If you have any objections to it, you can.
Okay, I have some of the things. I forgot a couple of the whatever. I got actually 3 of the same one yesterday. Actually, I had a sign for one.
Good.
All
Okay.
right. Any objections to those?
Nope, that's my property.
And we will enter that into evidence as Exhibit A.
Okay.
Mr. Cowan, you can continue.
Yep. All right, so that compliance date was July 7th. So we re-inspected on July 8th. Didn't find, there's 2 pictures in here, didn't find any changes in the violation. Sent a violation notice on July 10th for the compliance date of July 17th, and that was sent by the law department.
That was, so you said the inspection was on July 8th?
Yeah.
But then the letter from the law department wasn't sent till July 10th, is that correct?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Silhavi, here's Exhibit B. Just to make sure.
Yep, that's still my property. As you can see though, I mean, some stuff has started to move out, so I wasn't like neglecting not doing it. Just one person.
Yeah, we'll give you time to talk about each of them when it gets to your part. But no objection to these exhibits?
That's
Exhibit B in the record. Mr. Cowan, you can proceed.
All right, and then July 18th, we re-inspected since that compliance date was July 17th. Still found to be in violation. I think you did see some progress made on this inspection, but that was re-inspected on July 18th. Notice was sent July 21st for the notice of the Administrative Hearing Board. This was sent by the law department again. So this is that notice.
All right. All right, Mr. Silhavi, you're getting used to this.
okay.
It's going to be Exhibit C. Take a look at that, see if you have any objections to those.
That is still my property. And as you can tell, I'm actually, well, my truck is there. I'm actually there probably somewhere working on it, though I had taken the 1 week off to actually try to get as much of it gone as much as possible.
Any objection to these?
Nope, that's still my property.
Exhibit C. Anything else, Mr. Cowan?
Oh, yeah, one more. We just did reinspection this week before the meeting, 3 days ago on July 22nd. Found a lot more significant progress being made. Still some materials outside on the side of the garage, some covered by tarps. But overall, a lot of progress being made on the 22nd.
Okay.
22nd, that was earlier this week. Yep. Oh yeah, there's significant progress compared. All right, Mr. Slavy, last photos from the planning department.
Yep. That would be me still. Like you said, they got quite a bit more done.
Yep. All right, Exhibit D, no objections, I'm assuming? Exhibit D, anything else from the planning department?
Not this time.
Okay, Mr. Salavi, feel free to tell us what's going on.
Basically, started with COVID, and was gainfully employed pretty well. And right as COVID ended, I had a house fire. Took 2 years to rebuild. Had to remove the contents from the garage because they weren't initially part of the fire, supposedly. Had put up a temporary shed of like a tarp shed of sorts that you can go home Harbor Freight to go buy one of those, 10 by 16 or something like that. Put all that stuff in there. The initial release for me to move back in, zoning had come in and basically said that, you can't have this up. You didn't file a permit for it, blah, blah, blah. Tore that down and basically started getting my life back together again. Fast forward a whole nother year to that. In June, I suffered a heart attack, June 14th, and kind of put a kibosh on things again. And basically, I've just been slowly trying to get stuff taken care of and rearranged and organized. And also within that time, my sheds started to dilapidate and get out of disrepair, which is another thing I need to talk to somebody else later about, possibly getting new replacement sheds put up on my property to obviously help.
You're in luck that after we're done with today's hearing, you'll be able to talk to the director of planning about it.
Yes, to help resolve this issue as well, because obviously there are still probably a few things on the property I would like to keep, but I can't quite store them the way the city would like me to, and I would love to have them inside as well. It's not that I'm doing this to be a spiteful, vengeful.
No, we understand. We understand.
Yeah, I have been diligently working on it, getting stuff cleaned up. I actually have receipts with dates on them.
Do you want to enter that as exhibits? Or you can just tell us you have it, or you can enter it as an exhibit.
I don't know how this works, so I mean.
If you enter it into an exhibit, we have to take it into our possession. We can make copies of it for you.
I would like copies if this,
Okay.
I mean, but it's got time stamps on it proving that,
Yeah.
I've taken in, how much
Scrap.
clutter,
Yeah, I got you. I get
scrap
you.
and whatnot.
Yeah. How about this? Any objection to the receipts being entered into evidence?
No.
All right, then we'll enter that as one exhibit, all the receipts. Before you leave today, we'll go make copies. We'll give you the originals. We'll keep the copies.
Okay.
And we'll enter that in as evidence from your your side.
Okay.
Anything else you want to say before I start asking a couple questions?
No, the other thing is in one photo, you'll see that there's a larger tarp, that one actually shows like the tarp things right up front in the garage
Yeah.
area.
Talking about that right there?
This.
Oh, that right there.
Those are actually power wheels that I have covered up because I don't want the plastic to get sun faded, but I do think power wheels was something that, they're left
Gotcha.
out all the time by neighbors everywhere.
Right.
So I didn't find those to be,
Yeah, go ahead.
a violation, but you can barely see it into this photo here. There's a blue tarp. You probably see it better on one of the other previous photos. That's actually a pop-up trailer that I have covered up as well, just to keep, the roof in better condition.
Like a camper trailer?
Yeah,
Okay.
camper trailer. And, I have the title for proof of that. So, I mean, I did, like I said.
I don't think we need that, would you consider the camper to be part of a violation of junk and debris?
No.
No, well, that's why
you can't have recreation.
No, I realize
That's what I
that,
thought.
but it's just such a generic
It is.
wording on
it
there.
is.
When you get this in the mail, you're kind of like, what?
We always encourage you
What
to work
who's
with the
that-
planning department to make sure you're getting into compliance so that we don't have that
And-
type of,
And that's the other part.
Ambiguity.
Yeah, and that's the other part of it too, is, I'm learning through all of this as well,
Right.
that once you get the letter, it's not just a suggestion to call, that you need to call.
Yeah.
I've learned that obviously the hard way on it. And like I said, I
will
got the
say
letter and I
for
just
your-
started working on it thinking, okay, if I just take care of the problem, it, would go away, and I
Well, yeah.
didn't work diligently enough, I guess, on
We
it.
are encouraged that we see the work being made. I will say
Yes.
that. Okay, so real quickly, I just have a couple questions. Mr. Slavi, I see you've been doing progress. I think the planning department even acknowledged in their testimony too, that you are making progress on this. In a perfect world, how much time would you need to be able to bring this into compliance?
Well, like I said, I've only been working on this myself with a pickup truck. So, I mean, like I said, I don't know what the final, I mean, I have an idea what a final picture would be, but I mean, in a perfect world, like I said, I don't know what one is considering junk versus one considers a project, what one considers an eyesore, what, that's where the gray area kind of is with it. So, like I said, I'm looking to purchase a shed or somehow getting a, new shed put up on my property, and that would help alleviate all that. I just don't know what the time frame for something like this comes into conclusion with that.
Well, let me ask that. So Zach, just as we're moving forward, if Mr. Salavi was to apply for a shed, again, this is not saying you're doing it. If you were to apply for a shed today, what's the timeline on granting permission? If one, he needs variances, and two, if he doesn't need variances.
If you don't need a variant, like if you can meet all the code requirements, for setbacks and size, and assuming it's under 200 square feet.
Some of them that I looked at were going to be a little bit bigger.
Okay.
Like I said, that's the other part of all of this. I'm not
Okay.
really sure what I need to file with the city as far as.
Yeah, we'll be able to resolve that today after the hearing. It just.
Yeah. So if you can meet all the requirements, and if it's under 200 square feet, then we can approve it within a couple of days.
Mhm.
If it's over 200 square feet, then you need a building permit. Might be a little bit longer review for the building department.
Yeah.
If you need a variance from a requirement, from like a size requirement or setback, then you can apply for that variance for the Board of Zoning Appeals.
Okay.
So that, depending on how the meetings line up, that could take about a month.
Mm-hmm. And that's.
Yeah,
I don't know if I have that time with you guys, I mean.
Well, and that's, so, like I said, I don't know if I've said it on the record, but I said it when you first walked in, we're not looking to jam people up, we're trying to resolve issues.
Exactly.
And I usually don't say my opinion in say this is the results today, you'll get a written opinion. But I'm wondering on this one, and I'll see if any objection from either party on this, kind of mediating this as opposed to a hearing board. But if we were to give Mr. Selhavi, say, 2 or 3 weeks to clean the junk, unless he applies for a permit, and then we can set a different date after that to show that he's making progress, he's trying to get it into a covered structure, but I don't want to jam him up because our processes might be taking a little bit of time. But I also want to, not that I don't trust you, Mr. Slavi, but put something on the hook that if you don't do it by a certain date, then it can get cleaned up by the city. Any objection from either party to that if that's how we go forward, that you'll continue cleaning it up, but if you apply for a permit for a shed, you get even more time to give you that, so you're not getting jammed up? Any objection from either party?
I don't think that's unfair.
Okay. Then anything from the planning department before I adjourn the hearing?
Just curious, so what materials do you have outside currently?
Um,
It's like storage of junk in our code identifies it as like unusable building materials, inoperable vehicles. There's like siding, windows, anything that are laying on the side, any garbage or rubbish. So just curious what you have left.
While we're waiting, can you go make copies of that? You can put multiple on the same page. Just make sure we get them all. I'm just having Mr. Hooten go and make copies while we're doing this so that you're not hanging around afterward. You don't have to hang out any longer.
That's, right now, like I said, those are the Power Wheels. That's a picture, taken Tuesday, which would have been the 22nd.
Okay.
I think.
22nd, yeah.
Are those?
They're fun when grandbabies come over. I mean,
Okay.
they try to get us to ride around in them, and we can't explain to them that we're too big. But
Do you have anything back there by the shed?
I have a utility wagon, as you can see back there by the shed. And that's my truck again. Actually, you can see that the truck is loaded with stuff to go.
Yeah.
This is basically like a little where I was working to clean up some of the stuff that I was, because I do try to separate my stuff to
Yeah. I mean, so it looks like most like these materials, best policy is out of sight, out of mind. They can be inside somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
I understand you're working on the shed, but I mean, so mostly this would be like the items that we would.
I was gonna say, but like you said in this photo here, underneath this tarp and this tarp were some like construction boards. I guess you would 2x4s and whatnot, because like I said, at one point I was going to try to repair the shed, but now it's gotten so far that it's not repairable.
Okay.
So, I mean, they're good boards. I mean, it's hard to justify getting rid of.
If you get a permit, I mean, I don't know if you need those materials with the brand new shed or not.
Yeah, I shouldn't need them for a brand new shed. I mean, because that's the other thing that, obviously I was looking at some prefabbed ones and they said it still takes, 3 to 4 weeks to get one made and put together.
That's where I think, if no objection from either party, I think if he applies for the permit and gets that, I think we can give him more time to get the cleanup, because I feel confident that Mr. Selhavi's actually doing work to clean it up. It's just,
But there's stuff actually behind there that you can't see, that's actually gone. That was like a little utility trailer that's gone. There is a mailbox that I'm looking to replace my mailbox with. I just need, a minute to clean it up and replace it, because the hinge is going bad on mine, and that one just, needs repainted.
Yeah, I mean, we're comfortable, working with you and giving you more time to.
But yeah, that's actually the pop-up right there.
Okay.
Yeah,
We're
like I
not
said,
concerned about that.
it's not the greatest, but instead of replacing a, Harbor Freight tarp every 2 weeks, I got an old pole liner, which has been actually great for it, but
Yeah.
I mean, it's not necessarily the prettiest either.
Yeah.
And then obviously, as you can see, I mean, that's what that whole area from the first photo you saw was completely just impacted. And
Right. Yeah.
so, like I said, I have been working on it. You can actually see the shape of the old shed in the photo, that it's actually starting to spread at the bottom because there is no
Looks like my shed.
foundation on
Yeah.
it anymore.
Looks like my shed.
So, like I said, I have been cleaning it up, and there are, some things there still that you guys might consider not good. But like I said, they're projects that I'm looking to get in the shed to make them usable again.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, of course.
like I said, I don't want to be
No, we
a
get
vengeful,
it.
spiteful person cluttering
No,
up my yard. It's just, things like.
I think the shed will be a big fix to this issue. So if we can work something out that gets the shed there, I think a lot of these issues will disappear. So.
Yep.
All right. Anything else before I end the hearing?
Not that I'm aware of. I mean,
Yeah, nothing for me.
like I said, I'm new to this myself, so.
That's, like I said, we're trying to work with you, not jam you up. So, all right, we will go off the record then, and V25-103, I will have a written opinion for everybody after the meeting. All right.